Why do we have preconceived notions about what it means to be a designer? About actually designing something? How simple does design need to be for it to be successful? I like to think about Post-it notes. They're so simple, they're so functional, their very essence is right there on the square. And most of us might not even think that that was something that was designed. See, studying at Western Washington University allowed me to understand what design truly was. It showed me that the real design is the problem solving. It's the understanding the factors that create problems, understanding the solutions and how we can solve those issues. And it's serious issues, things like, how are we going to harness the most energy from the sun? How are we going to educate our children for the future? Make sure that clean water and food is accessible to everybody on the planet. This is the highest level of design. This is what truly matters. And to get our understanding to that level, we have to divorce this marriage we have between designers as only people that draw cool products or stylize things. Those are skills. Those are certain skill sets that people who design particular things have. But those are not things that are required to be able to design. You know, as a society, we sometimes will get tunnel vision about certain concepts, the concept of design. And if we don't open up our view to what design really is, then we'll marginalize and box ourselves in. We won't realize that we're all designers. Everybody in this room is a designer. From the moment you wake up, you're making design decisions. You got to figure out what you're going to wear. You're organizing these thoughts that you were just thinking about last night. You have to plan your course of action through the day. Those are real-time design decisions. Life is the most responsive design system that we know of. That understanding is how we take it into our occupation, take it into the things we love. Is there anybody in here who's a medical student, interested in the medical field? I have a good example. There's a kid right now in New York City. He's a 16-year-old gentleman named Kenneth. Kenneth is interested in the medical field, particularly how he can work with Alzheimer's patients. He has a personal connection to his grandfather, who's been an Alzheimer's patient entire Kenneth's life. If there's anything we know about Alzheimer's patients, it's that they'll get disoriented sometimes. They'll get up, they'll wander around, they won't know where they're at. Kenneth's grandfather had an experience where he was sleeping one night, and he gets up, and he wanders out of the house. He keeps wandering, and eventually he wanders onto a freeway, high traffic. Nobody was injured, the authorities were called, but this shook Kenneth up. This really caused him to think because it showed him a problem. It showed him a problem that he could actually solve. Kenneth has been in development ever since. He's developing a device currently that will go on an Alzheimer's patient's foot, and there will be a caretaker's phone, and the device is a pressure-sensitive thing to where if the patient gets up in the middle of the night and starts to wander around, it'll send an alert and a GPS location to where you can find him. Kenneth is saving grandpas all around the world. Really. You know, there's so much room for innovation in every occupation. Garbage men, teachers, farm workers, lawyers. We can all make change, but it's so greatly reliant on our ability to empathize with our fellow humans. How well do we know what we need? How well are we going to communicate to find out what we need? We have to speak with the people around us. That's the most important part. But it's a lot easier said than done. I mean, have you ever actually tried to communicate a creative idea? It's hard. It's scary, too. It kind of makes me feel like when I know the answer to a question in class, the teacher asks a question, but I still won't raise my hand because I'm nervous. That's what we have to get over. We have to relinquish these emotional attachments that we have to the ideas we come up with so that they can progress. We have to get out of their way. We so often compare ourselves to what popular culture tells us creativity is. And we're so much more than that because we are all thinking of creative ideas, but we self-censor. We have ideas every day, but we define them as absurd, that's too much, it's too silly, I can't do that, it cannot be done. When it really can. We got to let all that go. See, we're scared of ridicule, we're scared of getting criticized, and sometimes we're scared of even judgment and acceptance. But we need to embrace judgment. We need to accept judgment. That doesn't mean we have to adopt it. See, judgment is the best advice someone can give you because it shows you the holes in your idea. It shows you how you can hone your idea to get it to the best it can be, to make it an impregnable force. We're all producers and we're all receivers. And a lot of times we're both at the same time. And as those roles, we need to understand the responsibilities that come along with that. As producers, we have to let go of being scared to share our ideas with the world. We have to give these ideas to the world because they can change the world. They have the ability to. And as receivers, we got to give honest feedback. We got to help these people with their passions and let them know that the community and the receivers are what's going to help them take it to the next level. This is such an interesting time in history. We're all in here really so lucky. We're in the midst of a paradigm shift. This is the information age. We have such an ability to influence that we cannot take it for granted. We're paving a path that the generation behind us is ultimately going to be influenced by. So what kind of path are we going to pave? What are we going to teach the generations behind us? Are we going to limit creativity to just the fashion designers? And the accountants should just stay over here and crunch numbers? Or should we allow all creativity to be heard? To allow them to combine and find the best medium? We all have this ability to change the world. And I want you guys to think about how you're going to use your creativity to change the world. Thank you.